forecast map for my business venture, Billiegoatstudios. So let's start off with my goals for my business. So year one, by the summer of year one, 2024, I want to have sold at several markets. Markets are a great place to get your brand out there, to meet people, engage with your audience, and also maybe meet people that own boutiques and stores and maybe do some business with them, get them interested in my brand, and maybe I can sell to them. It's also just a great way to build a relationship with your audience so they know I'm a human being and not just a mysterious person behind a screen. So I definitely want to do that. By October 2025, I want to sell my art wholesale to local shops. So maybe people I have met at these markets and we struck up a deal and I sell them my artwork and so they can sell it at their store. Another way to get my brand out there and into the hands of the people. By spring 2026, I want to have 3,500 followers on social media. So to me, that just shows a sign of growth. More people are looking at my art, more people are engaging with my brand. And these people are probably the super fans, they're really passionate about what I do, about what I make, and they're going to spread that to other people and also try to get them into the fan club. So definitely want to keep growing my social media, and I feel like 3,500 is a big milestone in that. By fall 2026, I want to have 2,000 people on my email list. Again, just more keeping in touch with my audience, building relationship. Also, this can lend to new opportunities, more business ventures, more people that I know in my list of contacts. Just keep growing the people. By fall 2027, I want to have a workshop schedule. In addition to selling prints and books, I want to sell, I guess you could say, a teaching service. So I want to do workshops for people of all ages, kids and adults, and I want to build community with art with them and just be able to teach art as well. And so this will be another revenue stream for my business. So teaching workshops, maybe to companies that need their workers to have like a fun day off, I can like teach them how to paint something, like a wine and paint party, or maybe do a workshop with children about making paper mache masks or something, just something like to get art in the hands of people. By spring 2027, I want to have worked on several big projects with other artists. So this could be a lot of things. This could be making a comic book with several people and friends, or maybe a board game and I illustrate and my friend designs the game, or maybe I work on a children's book with people. It could be a lot of things. It just means more new product and building relationships with other artists so that I could have more opportunities to make more interesting products in the future. So I want to keep building my relationships with people and artists I know and keep trying new ventures and see what people like. By spring 2028, I want to be selling several collections for people to buy, so have a variety of products that can appeal to all sorts of people's tastes. Because if some people like fall things, they might want to get the fall collection, or maybe some people are more into summer and they love decorating for summer. Maybe they want to invest in my summer collection, just have a variety of tastes that can appeal to many people. By fall 2028, I want to be selling my art wholesale to boutiques around the country. So this could be anywhere. I just want it to reach more people and be wider than it is now. By fall 2029, I want to have 50,000 totally unique customers. So, like I said, just keep growing who is interested in my brand and keep scaling up in my audience. So, 50,000 totally unique customers they're random people that bought my story and are interested in my brand, and I want that to keep growing as the years continue. By spring 2023, hiring out business tasks. So what this means is hopefully by then I've reached a point where I can start doling out taxes and accounting to account like a hired accountant or a hired taxman to figure that stuff out so I can focus more on designing and running the shop. So just at that point, it makes my life easier for being the artist and designing stuff. By year 10, I want, by the winter of year 10, I want to be financially sustainable. To me, that means $60,000. And I want that to keep growing over time, but I think that's a pretty good point, at least for me, for being financially sustainable. And by winter 2034, I want to have opened a physical location. Let's go down to year 15, a proposed exit strategy. So, something that my business does is I have intellectual properties, I have characters and stories like picture books and comic books that I'm going to sell. And it would be pretty cool if an animation studio would like to acquire these intellectual properties and start producing animations and shows or a movie about them. So that would just astronomically make my characters even more in the public lexicon and more viewable for people. And that would be a way for me to like kind of exit and like they buy it, my characters, for a large sum so they can produce stuff about them and then I just take the back seat. So let's review the obstacles, because I also wrote some obstacles and how I would react and pivot from them. So obstacle 1 says I've been sued for an intellectual property infringement and the news of this has become very public. So my first pivot is use the media as free advertising. So although it sucks and it's a shame that I am being sued, this also is an opportunity for me to talk about my brand and engage with the media and make people that probably wouldn't have known who I am aware of myself. And I can also use it as an opportunity to show how I'm different and how my brand is different. Another pivot, which might be more helpful, is hire a media coach for navigating this drama. So media coach would help me know what to do in this scenario and also how to avoid property infringement in the future. So obstacle 2 is an incredibly popular influencer has launched a competing brand and their fame is taking away so much of your business that you'll have to close in 2 months unless you do something drastic. Again, terrible situation. So pivot 1 is look at what they're doing and do it better. Replicate and duplicate. So clearly, people like how this person's marketing their product. I can do it better. I'll analyze their marketing tactics and I'll say, all right, I can do you one better. Let's figure out how I can bring these people back to me. Because obviously they like what you're doing. So I'm going to do it too. Pivot 2, rebrand, focusing on the difference between the products. There must be something different between our products. Maybe mine's cheaper or it's environmental friendly. So I can really hammer in on those differences while also simultaneously copying their marketing brand scheme to make it seem different and new. Obstacle 3 is you have inadvertently made a serious mistake on social media and both current and potential clients are abandoning your brand. Again, this is something kind of out of my control. I can't really control what people have made their minds up because by this point they've already made their mind up already about who I am. So all I can really do is pivot 1, which is don't fight back and weather the storm. I mean, when it comes to cancel culture, anything you say and do will be used against you. There's no way to defend yourself. And that's just going to dig your hole deeper. So I think the best strategy is don't fight back. Because if you don't say anything, they're not going to have anything to accuse you with. So just wait for it to go away. I mean, people's attention spans are so short, it'll blow over eventually. And just keep making art in the meantime until it does. Keep on keeping on. Pivot 2, similar, start to rebuild reputation. So after I've weathered the storm, I will just keep posting wholesome, neutral content to rebuild my reputation and my brand. Obstacle 4, the stock market has crashed, dropping 23% in just 4 days. And people do not want to spend money on frivolous things. So that is hard if you're in the art business, considering art can be considered a frivolous thing. I mean, not a lot of people want to buy prints or a book or stickers, when there's a financial, they want to spend money on useful things. So that's my first pivot, is start moving towards more useful products, something that people can find value in, that they can use, like clothing they can wear, something that is more useful to their everyday life. Pivot 2 is engage with these people through free content to keep them interested. Show that my brand is still valuable, because people won't be poor forever. I mean, these depressions will blow over, they will end. So in the meantime, I should be making free content like videos and maybe some free or cheap workshops to show them I'm still interested in doing business with them. I'm still here and I'm still passionate about my story and my vision, and I want to engage with them. Also, in addition to the start selling more useful products, I should also mention that I could have a clearance sale for all my old products, cut these people a deal. Everybody loves a good deal, so they can buy the stuff that's going out of style now that there's a depression, and I can then start moving in the more useful lineup. Obstacle 5, there's been an unexpected 15% increase in costs. So pivot 1, revisit production costs and make changes. Basically start producing products in-house. So it might cost a large sum of money to buy some equipment, such as like a Cricut machine to print stickers, but in the long run, it might be cheaper because I'm not having to pay a middleman to print them for me. So it's something I could make back the cost. Another option is to buy in bulk to reduce production costs. So instead of buying 50 prints, I could buy 1,000 prints, and that will make it lesser. Because if it's $1 per print, then maybe when I buy in bulk, it'll be 50 cents per print. So the more you buy, the less it costs. So yeah, that is how I would go about these obstacles. And I hope you enjoyed listening to my forecast map for Billiegoatstudios. Hopefully it'll become something very soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much.